Okay, he has a cold, so he can't join us for the cast. But guys, the game has started. Lure against InCa. And there it is, Metropolis. To the bottom of the map we currently have in the... Sorry, to the top we have in the red color the OGS player. Well, it's a little bit weird. You always start with the same opening and then you realize that both are starting for the same team. So at the top we have InCa. At the bottom we have Lure. There are no surprises here. They use the same colors that they did on the last map. We have cross position. And, well, right now, let's see what's going to happen. So, pretty decent match that we've seen on the last map. And, yeah. I love these player pictures. I love these shots, and you can definitely get a good glimpse of what exactly the player's up to. It's always funny to see if we have a player who's actually a nose breather or a mouth breather. And this might sound stupid, but that's something that just came up in Warcraft 3. Grubby was one of the only players that actually always opened his mouth while playing, and people not really made fun of it, but it was like, tell if he just opens his mouth to absorb this skill in the area surrounding him. And it kind of worked. He was dominating Warcraft 3 for ages. The best European player we had. And, well, at this point, we are both Protoss players going straight away for gas. So, we've seen a lot of different strategies in the last two games already. InCa starts on Ohana with a Phoenix play that he used, and well, the DTs on the map in Toon Valley did not work out too well. But this is a map where you can use DTs, we've seen sneaky expansions, we've seen so many different strategies on Metropolis. It's a huge map, and especially when you start in cross position, there's a lot that you can pull off. We have the second gate already for Lure. And there are a couple of positions that you can use in order to use proxy pylons, and it's just so hard to scout them because the map is so big. For example, to the right or left side of the map at the two starting positions that you have, proxy pylons can be used in order to hide a few buildings in order to high tech, and also to warp in additional units, so something that we might expect over the course of this game. And, well, let's see, scouts are going on. And by the way, while we're talking about Protoss, there's also something that really surprised me. I talked about it with a couple of the players at the GOM house. We have Naiden in Korea right now, and this guy, he is just laddering it up like crazy. He is so successful on ladder. He's playing so well, and we talked about the Korea qualifier earlier, and he's one of the players that you should really watch out for, because what he showed on the Korean ladder is really amazing. Most Protoss players struggle, well, most foreign players struggle quite a lot when they finally arrive in Korea and have a hard time against the Koreans. But Naiden, I believe, is in the top 20 at this point, and he's streaming quite a lot as well. So he's doing an awesome job in Korea, and I'm so excited about this player. Really looking forward to see him perform GSL Code A, while InCa is chrono boosting both gates and is trying to be a little bit aggressive here. Look at his Stalker count. He will improve it by quite a bit. A third gate now coming up for InCa. The Harvester count at this point is 21 to 21 by both of these players. And yeah, InCa getting really aggressive with his chrono boost. Let's see what the transition is going to be for Lure. The robotics, once again, kind of relies on this pretty safe and standard style that he's been using in the last matches as well. It worked out on in Toon Valley, did not grant him a victory on the first map, Ohana. But now we have a lot of aggression by InCa. And the forward pylon that has been spotted. The probe is being taken down, but wow, InCa with another pylon. But I don't think that he will be able to save them. Oh, no cancel on the first pylon. And now the Stalker stream across the map. But this is really bad. This is really bad for InCa. He can't warp in additional units. And this is horrible. He needs to send out another probe, and losing this one early probe really did a number on him. InCa kind of transitioning back at this point. He would have been able to do so much pressure to do really a great job here, but he is just not able to do it without the forward pylon. There is no chance of that happening. And now we have the robotics done. He already has a sentry, so he can use the sentry with the force field. He's going for the sentry, and at the same time we have the Twilight Council tag. InCa is preparing for an expansion. But this did not work according to plan. This did not really work as InCa planned it out, mapped it on his mind. So let's see how he's going to transition. He's trying to expand here, but Lure is already in possession of a nice tech advantage. The Blink upgrade is coming up, and well, InCa with a robotics on his own. Very interesting game already. 25 against 23 harvesters, and Lure is now moving out. He has the advantage, slight advantage in the army supply, but it's pretty even, and the tag is what really matters. We have Blink, and with Blink you can just pull off a number of really great moves. You can always attack in. If you have decent unit control, you can save your units. And InCa is not getting any Immortals at this point. He's going straight for the Colossus. Robotics Bay is what he's building right now. Maybe he tries to squeeze out an Immortal, but the problem that I see at this point is that InCa might be in a lot of trouble here. If Blink is done and he's moving in, here comes the first Immortal, but it's already pretty late, and the Stalker count at this point is 9-5 in favor of Lure. He's supply blocked. He's getting additional pylons. He's warping them in right now. He actually isn't. He needs to get some. He needs to get pilots. There they are, warping in offensive pylons, and he will be able to get additional Stalkers. And oh my god, with only one Immortal, the Colossus will not be ready in time, and the Stalker count, it's 11-5. He's moving in. He has Blink. He's blinking, and he's taking down the Immortal. Guys, InCa might be in so much trouble. Look at his units. His cooldown is preventing him from blinking back. He's therefore losing a lot of his Stalkers to his opponent's Zealots, but he's warping in additional units, and Lure has the advantage in army supply, and he has Blink as well. InCa is in a ton of trouble here, and he's losing so many units. This one sentry will not do him any good at all, as we already have one of the observers hovering in the vicinity, granting vision onto the high ground, and InCa might just drop down to Code B here. Lure is about to upset his teammate. He's about to win this game. This is just incredible. We have one Immortal, but look at the Artosis pylon. If I've ever seen an Artosis pylon, this is it. If the pylon dies, so do the hopes of InCa of taking this game. But the Immortal dies first, and this is basically already the nail in the coffin of InCa. OGS InCa is about to drop down to Code B. 16 probes left against 22, and this one pylon, it doesn't even matter at this point. Another Immortal dies, and InCa loses the match, drops down to Code B, and OGS Lure advances to the next round of Code A. Wow. Certainly something that I did not expect, guys. I really thought that InCa would be able to take this, and there it is. The fall from Code S down to Code A, down to Code B. InCa losing, and I don't know what to say. I certainly didn't expect this. I mean, how about you guys? You can send me a tweet at Calder, but this is something that I did not expect. I thought InCa would be able to take it, but obviously great performance here by Lure. Really making a bit of a splash here, advancing to the next round, upsetting a former Code S player. So I have to say that I'm eager to see how Lure is going to do in the next round. And well, it looks like we are going to have a 5-minute break. I'm actually happy just talking to you guys, so if the production crew doesn't mind, we can still talk about the next matches. And yeah, I mentioned it before. If you have any questions, you can tweet me at Calder, obviously at GOMTV as well. And there we have our FXO players with Treaches entering the studio. And the next map that we are going to see today, now the next match is going to be Slayers Yu-Gi-Oh! Against MVP Vampire. And I am personally quite a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! When it comes down to style. Against the Protoss, he is a huge fan of taking the position of just stealing the Nexus, like just occupying the position with the hatch. He's a huge fan of aggressive hatcheries, and he has the timings mapped out perfectly. He's streaming as well. He was able to advance in the up and he comes from the up and down matches. Vampire won Code A's the Code A qualifier and came from Code B. So I'm really eager to see what exactly is going to happen here, especially in the matchup against Protoss. He's doing quite well, Yu-Gi-Oh! That is, and well, we might just see him advance here against Vampire, but Vampire has shown some really nice games in various online leagues in Korea. And he's definitely not a pushover. He's definitely not a pushover, so Vampire might be the one who's going to win this game after all. It's going to be a very nice match, regardless of who's going to win. I'm pretty sure that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is showing us some very nice builds once again. Now Vampire is someone, he's an MVP player, has a lot of good training partners as well. And just talking a little bit about the first map, we have Daybreak coming up, which is... Oh, are they already ready? I thought we had a 5-minute break, but apparently they are already ready to go. We just have them talking, you know. We have a couple of tweets here. And, oh my god, I can't really pronounce this. Senip Ryson just tweeted me and asked, did you feel InCa was too stubborn in continuing that early attack? I think in game 2. Well, the problem that InCa had to face is just that his opponent already had an expansion. So if he expands on his own, he always has to play catch up. And the thing was more that Lure had these observers out on the map. So with the observers on the map, he realized that there was no expansion, and he knew that his opponent would go for an attack, so he was just able... He did not get any probes, not a single probe. He just stayed on the same amount of probes and got units. But guys, we're heading into the next match, so the players were ready, and we have now Yu-Gi-Oh! Against Vampire, game number 1 on Daybreak.